Hello there, this is Shannon from my extremely long Walk for Climate Action, the project with the equally long title. And this is definitely my first take at this video. I haven't tried to do it several times before. I just wanted to talk today about the concept of climate neutrality. I said in my first post on Instagram and a couple of other places that I wanted the walk to shoot for carbon neutrality. So what does that mean? Well, when we talk about climate change and global warming, as I have come to understand it, we're talking about large-scale human projects like agriculture, transport, deforestation, energy creation, that release greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, things like methane, water vapor, nitrous oxide, ozone, into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases trap heat, and it just ends up being like a blanket around the Earth, the atmosphere, trapping in heat, almost as if from a body, if the Earth was a body. And humans release a little bit of these gases, like CO2 and methane, but they're pretty negligible in the amount, and they don't tip the scales in the same way these big, large-scale human activities do. So the large-scale human activities doers, the big corporations and stuff, sometimes shoot for carbon neutrality, which is about offsetting or countering the amount of carbon dioxide they release into the atmosphere by either sequestering it away in sort of natural environments that lack the carbon dioxide, so like planting trees that will then absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, or offsetting it through carbon trading programs, investing in renewable energy projects, things like that. So what has this got to do with me and my trip? Well, good question. As an individual human being, all other things removed, the amount of carbon that I'm going to send into the atmosphere over the next little while is going to be pretty negligible. But if you add in stuff like the food I need to eat, the transport I might need to get around, the equipment I might need to take with me, the carbon cost starts racking up. So in an effort not to rob Peter to pay Paul, that the expression? I don't know. Rob one man to pay another man. And to practice what I preach, I've decided that across this trip I really want to watch my carbon footprint. And I'll be doing that in various ways. One, in continuing to eat vegan, which I've done for a while, which I've read that the animal agriculture industries have a huge carbon footprint, big polluters. Eating locally and seasonally, so there's a huge carbon cost associated with growing things against what seasons and the land and the environment dictate, and then also a cost in transporting it to an environment that doesn't usually have that sort of produce. In repairing things, reducing, reusing, recycling, as we used to do in primary school, sourcing things from home, from my friends, family. If I can't get them from those people, from the wider community, I'm going to ask for support in that way. And also transport. So obviously that's a big one. I'm not taking a private jet to Canberra like some people might. I'm not taking a helicopter, or even a bus or a train or a car. I'm walking. So that in itself is a pretty not carbon neutral activity, but low carbon activity. And I guess that's what it comes to. The walk probably won't be carbon neutral, technically speaking. And because I'm not an accountant or an environmental scientist, I'm not going to bring a calculator with me and try and understand my carbon footprint to that degree. I probably misused the term carbon neutral, and what I probably mean to have said is low carbon. I want the trip to be low carbon. But that's okay because I'm learning. I'm not an expert. I'm hoping to get to that place maybe, but not yet. But that's okay. We can all learn together. And yeah, I'm going to speak about the trip as being aspirationally low carbon, community powered. And that is really all I have to say to you right now, okay? So thanks for listening. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.